Fruit and pork have always been a traditional combination. I can remember Sunday lunches when Mom would roast a pork loin and serve it with delicious homemade applesauce. While apples are the most common choice, there are many other fruits that are equally delicious, like peaches, apricots, or plums. Today I'm pairing plums with a quick cooking pork tenderloin. Let's begin. So this is a pork tenderloin. It's very tender. It is a boneless cut, and the tenderloin comes from right underneath the loin. In fact, pork tenderloin is the most tender part of the pig because these muscles are used for posture, standing up rather than moving like the legs, which are a little bit tougher, of course. So pork tenderloin generally comes 2 to a package, and they each weigh about a pound each. This is one tenderloin. Now, remove all of the silver skin. It makes the meat contract when cooking, so it's better to have that off the meat completely. Now, this premium cut is relatively expensive compared to other cuts of pork. However, it's still much cheaper than beef tenderloin, and it's even more tender. Cut this tenderloin into about 3/4 inch slices. These slices will be pounded and flattened, sort of like a scallopini. I love pork, and I love it in pork chops, pork roasts, scallopini. You can even do a paillard of pork if you like. This is sort of like a paillard, only slightly different because we're pairing it with fruit. So get all your slices ready, and all of these can be pounded in between 2 pieces of plastic wrap. This is a very, very simple recipe. There is no reason why you should not be able to feed your family a delicious restaurant dish like this each and every night if you have the techniques. So now this you pound just till about 1/8 of an inch thick. Do you see how much bigger that little piece becomes? So then, of course, just repeat the process. But this works so well. You can have a butcher do this, but it's so easy to do at home. Just invest in one of these. You can also use the bottom of a heavy skillet. You could also use a big mallet from your husband's workshop. But don't use this side. This is for tenderizing. This is already tender, and this will only tear the meat up. Okay, so in a heavy skillet like this, melt 1 tablespoon of butter with about a tablespoon of olive oil. I'm just going to saute these nice tenderloins of pork. And while I'm waiting for the butter to melt, cut the plum into wedges. These plums are absolutely delicious, plentiful, inexpensive, and very nice, cooked or raw. Okay, so sprinkle with a little bit of salt and pepper. Okay, so here's our skillet. And saute. It takes, just maybe 2 minutes to cook this pork. And then you can continue to flatten the rest of the pieces. Now this pork cooks extremely quickly. Keep your eye on it. You just want it to be lightly browned around the edges and cooked entirely through. And as soon as they are done, remove them to a platter and finish the rest of this very simple, delicious recipe. 1 loin should give you about 8 really beautiful pieces of pork. Now in this hot skillet, just add 1 medium red onion, thinly sliced. I love how this smells. Now, if it isn't plum season, you can substitute plumped prunes. You can plump some prunes in some orange juice or in some white wine. You can substitute peaches, apples, of course. Even pears would be very good. The onions look very pretty when they're sliced like this. They were cut into wedges, and then the wedges were sliced. And the moisture from the onions is melting all the little brown bits in the bottom of the pan, adding lots more flavor. Now add your gorgeous plums and let these start to soften. Again, another little tiny bit of salt and pepper. You want the plums to get soft, but you don't want them to lose their shape. Now, if Mom were here, she would really like this dish. because she loved plums. The best thing she made out of plums were plum pierogi. So there, the plums are starting to look nicely cooked. Add 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar. Choose a nice, tasty vinegar. And a tad more butter if you like. Not too much, but just a little bit to glaze the plums. And now you can just slide your meat right back into the pan, just to pick up some of that luscious flavor. Doesn't that look really good? And it took a couple minutes. This is what I love about this recipe. I think it's done. Remove your beautiful slices to a platter or to individual plates. So gorgeous. And serve while it is piping hot. The plums pair beautifully with the pork. Everybody will really enjoy this.